Welcome to the Monkey Paw. Support the stories you love. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for more episodes and exclusive content. And for our fans craving something bold, check with your local Mark Pies about their orange chicken availability. Thank you for being part of the Monkey Paw. Stay tuned. The Monkey Paw, Episode 7, The Wisdom of Big Owl. 3 years ago, City Hall. The mayor's office in Brisketown City Hall was an eclectic clash of rock and roll memorabilia and municipal decor. Guitars adorned the walls, a vintage jukebox hummed faintly in the corner, and the desk, a slab of polished mahogany, was cluttered with city planning documents. Behind the desk sat Mayor Al Big Owl Oakley, his towering bird-like frame hunched slightly forward, his golden eyes glinting in the dim light. He drummed his talon-like fingers on the desk as he considered Hucklebuck, who stood rigid before him. "Project X is the future," Hucklebuck said firmly, his deep voice resonating in the room. "This android could be the difference between order and chaos, especially in a city like ours." Big Owl adjusted his leather jacket, his owl-like head tilting in that unnerving way that had earned him his nickname. "Hucklebuck," he said softly, his voice as smooth as velvet. "You know I respect your instincts, but this program, it's a waste of resources. The city needs officers with heart, not circuitry." Hucklebuck slammed his palms on the desk, his calm demeanor cracking. "Heart won't stop Mad Mike, the Juggler, or Big Cheddar. You've seen what's happening out there. Brisketown is crumbling. Project X could hold the line." Big Owl leaned back in his chair, his piercing gaze unflinching. "And yet," he said, "there's something unsettling about a machine passing judgment on humans. It lacks compassion, intuition, a moral compass." Hucklebuck narrowed his eyes. "You have something to hide, don't you? Why are you really shutting this down?" The mayor didn't flinch, but his talons paused mid-drum. He stood, his 7-foot frame towering over Hucklebuck, and gestured to the door. "This discussion is over, Chief. Project X is done. Now get back to keeping this city in one piece." Hucklebuck hesitated for a moment before storming out. Big Owl watched him go, his expression unreadable. He turned back to his desk and glanced at a memo titled Dr. Brian Watkins, Moral Compass Concerns. His golden eyes darkened. "Present day, the vault." Olavius stared at the activation switch, his hand trembling. The lone cockroach perched on his shoulder clicked insistently, urging him on. Finally, with a deep breath, Olavius flipped the switch. The android's eyes snapped open, glowing faintly blue. Its head jerked upright and smoke billowed from its mouth and nose as though it had just been lit like a cigarette. It groaned, its voice a deep, raspy bass with a distinct hip-hop cadence. "Tips, please! I need the tips!" Olavius blinked, confused. "The tips?" The cockroach scuttled down his arm and tapped on a nearby locker, its antennae twitching toward a small metal case inside. Olavius opened it and found pointed cartridges neatly aligned in rows. The android groaned again. "Yo, I can't work without the tips! Slide me one, man!" The cockroach climbed up to the robot's hip and tapped a small, previously unnoticed pocket-shaped port. Olavius hesitated, but ultimately inserted the tip of one of the cartridges. The moment it clicked into place, the android sprang to life. Its movements were erratic at first, its joints creaking and whining. Then, with a sudden burst of energy, it began to dance around the room, yelling a string of profanities. "Yo, let's go! Getting lit in this joint!" It popped and locked its way across the vault, nearly knocking over a shelf of files. Olavius stared, dumbfounded, until the robot skidded to a halt directly in front of him. "Aight, I'm good now," it said, folding its arms across its chest. "Name's Project X. How can I help, my man?" Still reeling, Olavius managed to croak. "Why did the mayor shut you down?" The android tilted its head, smoke still wafting lazily from its nostrils. "Oh, you want to know about Big Owl, huh? Let me tell you something. I was too damn good. Brisketown wasn't ready for all this excellence." "Details," Olavius pressed, his voice hardening. All right, Project X said, scratching its metal chin. "Here's the lowdown. The mayor was all in on me at first. Big Owl oversaw everything. Blueprints, test runs, you name it. But then Dr. Watkins Brian, my main engineer, started flipping out about my so-called moral compass. Dude was all, the robot ain't ready, it's too powerful. He wanted to tweak my code, but Big Owl wasn't having it." "What happened?" Olavius asked. The robot's glowing eyes dimmed slightly. "Things got ugly. Watkins stormed into City Hall, demanding changes. Big Al shut him down, literally. They threw hands right there in the mayor's office. Next thing I know, the whole project's iced. Watkins vanished, and here I am, collecting dust. Olavius felt a chill run down his spine. Why would the mayor go to such lengths? The android smirked. That's your job to figure out, detective. I just know this. Big Al didn't want me on the streets. And if you're asking me, the answers you're looking for are with him. To City Hall. Olavius stepped out of the vault, the lone cockroach perched faithfully on his shoulder. Behind him, Project X swaggered confidently, its long hair and beard giving it an almost mythical appearance as it adjusted the fit of its oversized police badge. Yo, this place a dump, the android muttered as they ascended the stairs. But don't worry, I got your back. The detective wasn't sure whether to feel reassured or terrified. He glanced at the cockroach, which clicked softly in encouragement. Together, the trio walked through the debris-strewn halls of HQ, their footsteps echoing ominously. The city awaited answers, and Olavius knew exactly where to find them. Big Al was going to talk. To be continued.